Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be responding to this video I found by Jeremy Ethier. He is doing a great challenge video, and in the video he has this diet he created where he learned about this research about which foods are the most filling, and he has I'll just let you watch. We'll just react to it together, or I'll react to it and you'll view it.
This is the simplest diet where you can eat like a buffet every meal, no calorie tracking, just crazy fat loss results. But that's just my theory. These 4 foods were scientifically selected to maximize fullness, calorie burn, and rewire your unhealthy habits. And over the next 30 days, we're testing if this can actually beat every other diet on the market, or if it ends up completely backfiring.
I'm just not seeing like a huge difference.
I just had enough.
This is Max, a personal trainer and train conductor. And according to his DEXA scan, he's pretty jacked, with a body fat of 19%. And our female subject, Isabel, is a Legree coach. I personally never tried it before, but it does look pretty impressive. And her body fat is 31%, which is actually far better than the US average. So both of them are already pretty fit, but they
So for men, the healthy range of body fat is 10 to 20%. So he's at 19. So he's within the healthy range, but he's on the upper end of the healthy range. So, it looks like he's really into working out, and he probably would like to be leaner. So yeah, but he's still within the healthy range. She's just over the healthy threshold. For women is 20 to 30%. So she's at 31. So she's just barely out of the healthy range. So if this diet works, should get her into the healthy range.
do want to lose some of their stubborn fat and tighten up. And they've already tried the usual ways of dieting.
I think just with the tracking is something that I kind of struggle with, mostly with just having a busier schedule. I don't always take the time to kind of, weigh everything out, and yeah.
And for Max, even though his workout routine is actually pretty solid, he has some interesting diet habits.
Well, usually I wake up, I go to the gym, fasted, and I hit up a buffet, usually like a sushi buffet, or I go to Gyubi, which is like you grill meat, or I go to Hot Pot. Maybe like 2 or 3 times a week.
A week?
Yeah, I just love eating.
But he'd eat until he was sick, to the point where it would negatively affect his sleep. And it's a habit that he really wanted to break. Luckily.
So he mentioned that he goes to the gym fasted. So it is not preferable for men to work out fasted. It's perfectly fine for women to work out fasted, because women carry more body fat even when they're within the healthy range. Because as I said, their healthy range is 20 to 30% body fat. So it is recommended that men have some calories before they go to the gym in the morning. Women, totally free to go work out fasted. But yeah, it's interesting that he goes to all-you-can-eat buffets. He goes to the gym fasted, works out, works up this big appetite, and then he goes to an all-you-can-eat buffet and eats until he makes himself sick. It's interesting that that's what the consequence is of all of that working out without eating anything for, a male with that kind of musculature. So men need to be eating a little bit earlier in the day, especially if they're that active.
If my science checks out, then this diet won't just help him lose fat with unlimited food and without counting a single calorie, but it should also psychologically reset their brain to eliminate hunger, cravings, and unhealthy food habits. Now we'll see if that actually ends up happening, but the diet they've been waiting for is...
So please open your cupboard. Oh, ooh, my favorite.
But you're gonna have to put the cover back on.
Huh?
What? Unfortunately, the fun ends here. This is the last
This
day
is cruel.
that you're going to be able to eat those. Because for the next 30 days, you are only going to be eating this.
Potatoes?
Chicken, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots.
Oh my goodness.
It's a buffet. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. I call it the CPB diet, and it's pretty simple. Just 3 rules. 1, you only eat chicken breast, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots, but you can eat as much of these as you want. 2, you also get olive oil, but you're limited to 1 tablespoon per meal. And 3rd, there are no liquid calories, diet sodas, or artificial sweeteners.
I think I can do it, but it's gonna be kind of sad. I love eating avocados. And chicken for breakfast will be weird.
I should have went to a buffet yesterday before I came in today.
And to help them stick to the diet, I'm actually going to reward Isabel with a professional photo shoot for her new Legree website after the 30-day challenge.
Cool, wow.
But the catch is, the photos that we take, you have to use it on your website.
What?
So, and Max, if you can stick to it, we are going to get you 10 fully compensated buffets of your choice.
Okay, let's go. All right. Now, the theory behind this boring diet is simple. It's a short reset that's supposed to change how food feels to you, so you stop chasing food for pleasure. Plus, each food is scientifically chosen to keep you really full. So while you can eat as much as you want, your brain just doesn't want to. And these effects should get more and more powerful every week, if they can stick to it.
I meal prepped some.
Another consideration here is calorie density, also known as energy density. It's worth mentioning that each meal is limited to 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and fat has a lot more calories than carbohydrates and protein. Carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram, protein has 4 calories per gram, but fat has 9 calories per gram. So by limiting the fat intake to 1 tablespoon of olive oil, what you're doing is you're preventing that big spike in caloric intake that you get when you eat something like a medium French fry that has just soaked with oil. So, look at what's on the screen. You've got chicken breast. It has virtually no fat. You got carrots, low calorie density, and you've got potatoes, cooked in very little fat. Potatoes are relatively low calorie density, but very filling source of carbohydrates.
Food for breakfast, I'm gonna have some shredded chicken with some carrots and some mashed potatoes. Hopefully this is kind of like an easier breakfast to eat, I don't know.
Just a lot of thoughts, like, I can do it, and then you're thinking that you can't. But a lot of potatoes and chicken, yeah.
As expected, Max and Isabel are already struggling early on, with strong cravings for their usual foods. But that should slowly subside if they're able to make it through the most difficult first week.
Chicken for breakfast, I don't know, it just makes me feel very trapped. I'm not someone who really likes to eat a lot of meat, and I just really want to make sure that I get enough protein in. I noticed that I was starting to lose my appetite every time I did get hungry because I knew what I had to eat.
Think about it.
And that's why our method is far less restrictive than this. That's where our method is very different. So you can achieve very similar results, incorporating a much wider variety of foods than just these 4 ingredients. You can incorporate a large variety of different lean meats and vegetables and fruits, and you can have just a wonderful variety of foods that you will not get bored with. You can add so many different aromas and flavors with spices that don't add calories. Fresh herbs, dry herbs, different flavoring agents that are just so yummy that don't add any calories. So there is no reason why dieting has to be miserable or unpleasant or boring like this is. But that's actually kind of the point of this. This is about resetting the brain from seeking pleasure with food. So I actually get that this is a little bit different than what we do.
Buffet. Even when you're stuffed, you can always make room for something new. New tastes, they light up your brain's reward system, which is why you end up eating way past what your body actually needs. But when you keep foods simple and you stop constantly switching things up, that reward system, it doesn't get triggered as much. As a result, people naturally eat about 20 to 30% fewer calories, they lose more fat, and they keep it off more easily. And this effect, it actually gets stronger over time. In fact, in one study, people eating the same mac and cheese every single day ended up eating about 100 fewer calories less per meal by the end of the week, just because it became less exciting. That's why pretty much every lean, fit person I know, they tend to stick to very similar go-to meals every single day. This experiment, however, it takes that idea to the extreme.
Every time I think about food, it just images of a potato just pop in my head, like potato. Like I would be at work.
The
I'd be
potatoes
thinking
are
about what I'm
haunting
gonna
him.
eat. That's all. Like just potatoes. Like just images of potatoes, just constantly, just popping out in my head every time I'm hungry.
Now, there is
poor
some pretty
guy.
crazy science behind Max's favorite food, potatoes. So back in 1995, a team of researchers wanted to figure out what foods keep you the fullest for longest. So they gave participants 240 calorie portions of 38 different foods. And then they tracked how full they felt over the next 2 hours.
Oh,
They then
look at this image. 240 calories looks so different. Okay, look at the apples, everyone. Look at that plate of apples. And then look at whatever this chocolate bar thing is. What is that, a Snickers bar? Look at the size difference. Okay. Do you think that you're gonna feel full by eating 240 calories of this? But do you think you're gonna start to feel full by eating 240 calories of this? Now, that's not to say that you can just eat this for a meal. Obviously, you're gonna need some protein, and you're probably going to want, some more starchy carbohydrate, or, some leafy greens, and yeah. But the point is that you eat low calorie density foods, and you can get full a lot easier without consuming a lot of calories, which helps you lose weight.
and compared everything to plain white bread, which was set at a fullness score of 100. Here is how all the food scored. Potatoes absolutely crushed the rankings, and for the same calories were 3 times
at the
more filling than white
difference
bread
between
and
the potatoes
8
and
times
everything
more
else.
filling than Isabel's favorite treat, croissants. But here's the catch, preparation matters. If you fry them, that advantage almost completely disappears, which is why we limited each meal to just 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And to boost the crazy effect of potatoes, that's where broccoli, carrots, and chicken breast come in. Fiber-rich vegetables and lean protein, they not only add a ton of volume and fullness for very few calories, but they also take more time and energy to digest. So your body burns more calories processing them. But the most powerful effects of this diet, they're not really gonna kick in until after the first week, once their brain's food reward system starts to reset. The hard part is getting there.
We can finally stop eating dry chicken. So my friend lent me his sous vide. This is my first time using it. We got the water to 62 degrees, and we will have these cooked in about an hour and a half or so.
For the
Made some chicken
patient.
waffles because she was tired of eating regular chicken. You said before. That's good.
Now at this rate, by the end of 30 days, they're both gonna have a PhD in cooking chicken and potatoes. But what's really interesting is they've both been weighing themselves every morning and logging it into my Built with Science Plus app. And based on their weight trends, accounting for the initial water weight drop, the app can actually estimate how many calories they've been eating, even though they haven't tracked a single calorie. And according to those estimates, Max was only eating about 1,800 calories per day, while Isabel was closer to 1,300.
Wow.
But here's the crazy part. Neither of them have complained once about being hungry. In fact,
That is incredible that they can eat so few calories and not complain about being hungry. 1,300 for her is probably the lowest I would consider taking a client like her. And probably the same for him. 1,800 for him. So yeah, shocking that they're able to achieve those results eating just whole foods. Totally shocking.
In fact, it's been the opposite. They've actually struggled to eat enough. And with week 1 coming to an end, they're finally starting to feel some of the positive effects of the diet.
I feel a lot better. I feel like I've kind of settled down all my emotions and I'm focused now. I have mental clarity, good energy, consistent energy, and no crashes throughout the day.
I have mentally accepted this challenge. Initially, I was honestly very frustrated and irritated because, like I said, I had no idea what to expect for this experiment. My body, I think, on a physical level, has also started to accept this diet.
Now, as for the physical results, after just 1 week, both of their bodies had visually tightened up and their measurements revealed some pretty insane changes.
It's down over 3 centimeters.
Oh, I did lose like quite a bit, like 5 pounds or something.
Holy.
Or something like that.
What do you mean something like that? 5 pounds is crazy for a week. Isabel is also down 1.5 centimeters.
Okay, 5 pounds in a week is very fast. Yes, normally we would aim for 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week, because more than 2 pounds per week would be a cause for concern of losing muscle mass. But I've already seen this video, and by the end of the video, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, the results are really interesting.
On the waist.
Okay.
Which is
That's good.
Which is crazy.
The chicken. I've been tracking my weight. I feel like it's not consistently going down, but it's like up a pound, down a pound, up a pound, down 2 pounds. Like it's just like fluctuates every day.
And girls have learned the weight scale is time of the month and everything, but your waist definitely went down.
Now, even though they've seen some fast results, the goal of this experiment isn't to have them eat this extreme diet forever. It's to reset how their brain responds to food, and then gradually move towards a more flexible approach that they can actually stick to long term. In fact, later on, I'll show you how applying just a fraction of this diet can make your fat loss way easier. And since Isabel absolutely cannot handle another day of chicken for breakfast, I'm letting them add in 3 different protein options. But there's a catch. They can only choose one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that would have helped a lot.
We have eggs, we have Greek yogurt, and we have protein powder.
I think I'll do eggs.
Max?
I don't need it. I think I'm just gonna keep going. I'm seeing good results with what I got, and then I'm really curious about what's gonna happen in 30 days.
I admire your choice. I am a little scared for you, but I believe in you.
And just like that, the experiment now takes 2 very different paths. Isabel adds eggs, while Max decides to push the original diet even further. But what's perhaps the hardest part about this diet is what they've been missing out on, especially since this video was filmed during the holidays.
I've been feeling a lot of FOMO lately, so the fear of missing out here. I was invited to a potluck, a birthday potluck social, and me and my wife couldn't go. I went to this grand opening of my friend's bakery, Isaac's Bakery, baking factory. So I went, and then I realized I couldn't even sample anything. I can't even try it. Just a lot of missing out on stuff. We had family lunch today, and I also missed out on that because it would almost be no point of me going and just watching them eat, right?
Oh, for
Another opportunity for me to, talk about the difference between our method and this. In our method, there's actually room to have treats like that. You can have pretty much whatever food you want as long as it fits within your calorie budget and you're not overeating. And you can even lose weight while you're eating treats. It's pretty surprising to a lot of people that you can eat like that and lose weight. And some people are even skeptical or don't believe that that's true, but it is.
dinner, what do you got?
Broccoli. Yum.
Luckily, Max has found some other ways to stay busy.
I replaced that with drinking tea, reading books, and planning some sort of activity with my friends that doesn't revolve around eating. That helped me eliminate that bad habit and replaced it with good habits.
Now, this is actually one of the biggest benefits of this diet. Most people don't realize how many decisions they make around food every single day. Where to eat, what to order, how much to have. It can get draining. But when you repeat the same 3 or 4 meals, the decision is already made for you. And that leaves more mental energy and willpower for everything else. Resisting junk food at night, focusing on work, and crushing your workouts, which are especially important here because if Max and Isabel continue losing weight this quickly without proper training, a lot of that weight loss is going to be from muscle rather than fat, which is why I've given both of them access to our Built with Science Plus app to help guide them with their workouts every single week. And after 2 weeks, neither Max nor Isabel has broken the diet, and Max is down another 3 centimeters off his waist. It's honestly one of the fastest waist reductions I've ever seen. What about cravings at this point?
No, like maybe here and there if I start chatting about it, but then it goes away after.
How have the cravings changed since day one?
It's changed a lot. Like I haven't been really craving too much things. Like it's kind of been a habit now that I wake up, go to the gym. That's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
And then when I do feel hungry, I eat my chicken and potatoes that I've prepared, and then there's no craving. So it's really weird how it's just like become a habit that's all I eat. It's really weird.
Last time you were at 71 centimeters?
That's what happens when you eat to nourish instead of eating for pleasure.
Really? And she's down to 70 centimeters.
Okay.
I don't think you realize a centimeter a week is like, that's a lot.
Plus, for this week, we're gonna add some special ingredients to Isabel's diet.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Orange, tomato, avocado, Greek yogurt, and bok choy.
I find it so weird though. She's so excited for this.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah.
And these additions weren't chosen randomly. These foods not only provide more nutrients and color, but orange is ranked as the most filling fruit in the satiety study from earlier, whereas bok choy is extremely low calorie and one of Isabel's favorites, and Greek yogurt just gives her another lean protein option to mix things up.
The only thing though, for the fats, you know how you've been limited to just like 1 tablespoon of olive oil? It's gonna be half an avocado.
Okay.
So you have to choose like tablespoon of olive oil, half an avocado,
Oh,
whatever.
got it. Okay.
But that's not it. We're also adding 1 treat meal per week. In the research world, this is called a planned hedonic deviation. Basically, a deliberate temporary break from your normal routine. And it can help keep your social life intact and give you a mental and physical boost. And research suggests this actually leads to better long-term results compared to staying strict every single day.
You've been working so hard that
Yes, this is so good for our mental health. Dieting can be fatiguing psychologically. And not only do we recommend these planned hedonic breaks, but we also prescribe diet breaks where our clients will take a break from their calorie deficit and they'll learn to eat a maintenance level of calories. So they'll learn to maintain their weight, which is a very important skill once they have lost their weight, so they can learn to maintain it.
I think you deserve something other than chicken and potatoes.
Oh, sushi.
She doesn't like eating on camera.
But I'm curious, after weeks of eating the same healthy foods, how would their bodies react? And could this actually trigger their cravings instead of suppress them?
I think it would make it harder because it would distract you from your habits. Because then you'd be like, oh, this is so good. Why not get another day of this?
I definitely thought it would spike like more cravings, so I was a little worried to have it, but honestly, I feel totally fine. I feel like it's been easy just to kind of get back into routine again today.
And since Max declined my offer to add more ingredients last time, I'm gonna try again and offer him the exact same things I gave to Isabel.
Plus, under here, I have 4 more food ingredients that you can add into your diet.
Oh, okay. I think that would help. But I don't know. I've already committed to that, right? So I've already put in so much effort into maintaining that, and I've already had a treat meal that I think I almost gotta keep going. I'm pretty committed.
So no more treat meals for Max. He is officially sticking to the strict diet for the
He's
rest
a
of the experiment.
masochist.
And while I do respect his decision, there is a serious problem he's overlooking. I plugged in your current diet into our Bitless Science app. I looked at the micronutrients, and these are the big ones that you're not getting enough of. It would be a good idea to start supplementing with these. I am rooting for you.
Yeah.
I honestly was not expecting this. On the
Another
other hand,
reason-
Isabel
Another reason to eat a wider variety of foods is to get a better variety of micronutrients. It's also rather difficult to get enough micronutrients just from food alone, so it is recommended that you take at least a multivitamin.
has been enjoying her new foods, and her weight has continued to trend down. But there is one challenge she's dealing with that Max honestly just can't relate to: her menstrual cycle. So during this time of month, hunger and cravings can ramp up, which can make consistency harder. And you often hear that women need to completely change their diets or workouts around this time, but there's actually no strong evidence supporting these changes. Instead, the research suggests keeping the overall structure the same and instead just listening to your body. So for Isabel, that just meant making small adjustments without breaking the plan. And for her, this meant increasing her meal volume by adding some more potatoes and managing her cravings with simple things like tea or gum. But while Isabel was handling that like a champ, Max just might have hit his breaking point.
I just can't take this anymore. Just this chicken breast and potato diet, I just had enough. I got to the gym yesterday, I just laid on the mat for a solid 15 minutes. It's mostly the thoughts. Every time I stop and think about something, I spiral down this deep hole. Am I making progress? Am I getting leaner? I don't know. I can't really tell. I think I am. People are saying you're getting smaller, but then you're like, I'm getting smaller, that's not good.
Max has been losing weight at nearly double the rate that I'd usually recommend, so muscle loss was my biggest concern. Luckily, research suggests that as long as your diet is short, protein stays high, and you're training hard using a solid program, then you should be able to maintain your muscle even with rapid weight loss. But whether or not that would actually hold true here, I honestly didn't know. And since losing muscle was Max's biggest fear going into this, I'm honestly a little nervous what to expect in their final scans.
All right, everybody, I just finished my last workout, and we're gonna demolish our last couple chicken breasts before the DEXA scan, and we are done. We are done with this challenge. Here's some progress. The last little push here, just get that little push.
He's proud
I'm
of his
actually finding
accomplishments.
the last few
He
days
should
quite
be.
challenging, to be
He's
honest.
worked hard for it.
Mostly because I am also in the end part of my cycle, which tends to make me feel more bloated, more puffy, feeling like I'm comparing that versus day one. I'm just not seeing like a huge difference.
Okay, so I have your DEXA scan results. Well, first off, before I show you the DEXA scan results, what's the first thing that you're gonna eat after this?
I think I'll have a steak and a fruit because I haven't had fruit in a very long time.
What about you? Some eggs?
Some blueberry pancakes.
With pancakes, that swing. Sounds like you had that plan for a while.
Yeah.
Isabel, in the last 30 days, you lost 5 pounds of fat,
Oh, okay.
and your body fat went from 31% down to 28%. And you
great.
gained about half a pound of lean mass,
Oh, really?
which means you built some muscle
Oh.
in the process as well. Like, that's
Body
crazy. I
recall.
don't think you realize for 30 days, especially for women at your body weight, body size, like that's a huge change. Typically, we see maybe 1% or a 2% drop in body fat percentage per month. So the fact that you got a 3% drop, plus built muscle, plus lost 5 pounds of fat,
No,
Like,
I'm really
that's
happy
amazing.
with that. That's really
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
in the last 30 days, you lost 14 pounds of fat.
Whoa.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa, that's
14
insane.
pounds
A fat.
of fat
Wow.
in 30 days.
That's crazy. What?
Wow.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's not even something I recommend, but you did it. Holy
That's
crap.
crazy.
And your muscle stayed the same.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Based
That is truly impressive. Yeah. So, like I said earlier, normally we would be concerned about weight loss faster than 2 pounds per week. So for a 30-day challenge, approximately 8 pounds. He lost 14 pounds. So, you know, oftentimes when someone loses 14 pounds in 30 days, they're losing muscle, and he didn't lose any muscle. So that is a really quite impressive diet and a really great result.
On the scans, it doesn't seem like you lost any muscle. Wow. Now your body fat percentage. You started at 19.3%, and today you are at 12.9%.
Whoa. I didn't expect that. Wow. How did... Dude, it's your special diet.
12.9%.
You've discovered something.
That's
I
insane.
think this is a breakthrough in science.
No, I don't think you realize 14 pounds of fat and go from 19 to 12.9.
Yeah,
like, that's
it's insane.
In 30 days.
Yeah.
In 30 days. I honestly did not think that was possible.
I don't think that was possible either.
Now, to be honest, I was very worried about giving him buffets as a prize after such an extreme challenge, with the worry that he'd just gain all the weight back. But he actually decided to treat his friends and family, making up for the moments he missed during the challenge.
My sleep was actually better. I felt like I was sleeping more and having better quality sleep.
I felt really proud after hearing my DEXA results, just because, I mean, I can't compare my progress to Max, because obviously a guy versus a girl, like, it's so different, just everything. So comparing to where I was before to now, I feel really proud of like losing 5 pounds of fat. And I've never been on like a weight loss journey or tried to, you know, intentionally lose like weight.
And the good news is, even if you apply some of the basic principles from this experiment, it can still get you really solid results. But for me personally, I'm planning to give the full diet a shot during my next fat loss phase, which is why we've created 2 free 30-day guides: CPB Strict, which follows Max's diet, and CPB Flex, which gradually adds flexibility every week. And to get them for free, all you have to do is start a free 2-week trial of our Built with Science Plus app. The app is going to create personalized workouts for you and also lets you track your daily weight. And if you opt into
cool
our
for a
experiment,
DIYer.
you're going to help us test how these diets compare against normal calorie counting using anonymous data. You can sign up using the link in the description box down below, or by scanning this QR code. And as soon as you do, you're gonna get your guide instantly emailed for you to keep forever. And you can check out this video next if you want a longer, sustainable plan that took the mesh from this to this. Thanks so much, and see you next time.
So yeah, pretty nifty. So it really, it's really eye-opening, I think. Especially, I think the thing that stuck out to me the most was the image of all the different foods within the 240 calorie portions, and just the difference in the sizes of them, and how you know, you saw all the different fruits and vegetables. You got so much of them, and then you saw all of the sugary sweets and the chocolates and everything, and you just got this little tiny portion. So yeah, it just really makes a lot of sense that if you're eating very calorie dense foods, you're not getting full, and you're going to eat more of them, and then you're going to eat a lot of extra calories, and you're not going to be satisfied. So yeah, great video. And anyway, embrace the day. Take care, everyone.